I think there's something to be said about that equitable treatment of treating every person as made in the image of God, giving them all the time and the value and the worth that each person is. As a believer who follows Christ, as someone who practices what they preach, how do you, just real practically, outside of telling someone about the love and redemption they can have in Christ, how do you integrate your faith in your vocation?
Sure. Yeah, I think, one thing that I've noticed is in this position, I've had the opportunity to engage with people more on like I've had the ability to assist them in either a business problem or a personal problem that maybe I wouldn't have the bandwidth or the authority or the resources to solve that problem prior to. So realizing that with, modest privilege comes responsibility.
Right.
Being able to help people, from an educational standpoint, just kind of in our engagement with them from a, person to person, like, hey, while you probably can't, maybe this person is a university student, or there's someone that I'm not going to realize any value from doing them the right service. Still doing them the service anyways, just knowing that they're made in the image of God. I need to treat them just as I would treat, this billionaire from some family office that wants to engage with me around this topic. And that's somewhat hard to do with limited time and resources, but I think that's one way that I've tried to integrate my faith with my work, and probably not always successfully.
Right.
But spending time and spending energy on people that I may not otherwise have done it had I not had that mindset.
Right, and probably people that you would not otherwise rub shoulders with, even if it weren't for the Texas Blockchain Council. And I'm sure there are times when you are talking to that university student or the billionaire or millionaire or the politician who's a mover and shaker in society. And so I think there's something to be said about that equitable treatment of treating every person as made in the image of God, giving them all the time and the value and the worth that each person is. So that's
There's
incredible.
a parable about that. I don't remember the passage, but the seats at the table.
That's right.
One of the listeners will probably be like, "Oh, it's Luke,"
Right.
whatever the reference is. But I don't remember the reference. But
we
I do
apologize in advance. Thank you for sending it to us.
Email us.
That's great.